Well, it's been ages since I've come on here, but just want to say that I miss you guys coming on here to show you my post Camino gear. What did I pack to go on the Camino Portuguese and the Camino Finisterre? Hey guys, thanks for coming back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Em and I vlog about midlife, how to live the second part of your life as best as possible, and walking the Camino de Santiago, or basically trying to get outdoors as much as possible. So about 2.5 months ago, I went on a pretty long walk, about 280 k's from Porto to Santiago on what people call the Camino Portuguese. There are, of course, 3 ways to walk that route. I chose to walk the literal way, which is at 1.5 days, and then I went into the central route. But today's video is about what gear did I bring to ensure that I had a safe and good trip. So let's start. The Camino Portuguese central route is a beautiful route. You will walk through beautiful farmlands, hamlets. You also see a lot of ocean and you walk along lots and lots of walkboards, I think boardwalks, maybe that's what they call it. You will experience lovely food, beautiful people, and just great farm animals and some beautiful sort of orioles, which are little grain stores dotted along the way, and just lovely mist and fog and extremely picturesque. And I think anyone that does that route will love it. There's of course lots and lots of churches and cathedrals and little beautiful buildings that you can also appreciate as well. So the Portuguese is actually lovely, and my favorite, the pastel de nata, which is a little egg tart. First of all, you need a backpack. So this one here is my trusty Osprey 30-litre Tempest. There's a couple of batches here from my past Caminos. And this is, I would argue, a little bit too big, but 30-litre is probably the lowest I will go, because I think the fact that this is super light, and also if you want to put more stuff in, you can. Not that I would advise that, because you want to make your pack really, really light. The reason why I like this pack is because it's got a good frame behind it. It's got a bit of a padding, and it's got all the pockets that I really need. It's super light. On this bag, you will see that I've put here some carabiners, which I can attach my, socks that may not dry overnight in time, and just various little things. I've got here a little bottle holder. Sometimes you want to carry your bottle at the front. I use a camel bag, but sometimes you might want to put electrolytes into a bottle that you can just carry at the front for easy access. So this is the backpack, and it's really has served me really well. For my Camino Portuguese, like my Camino Francis, I chose to use a camel bag, and this is just a really simple Denali water bag that I would put in water, normally about 1 litre. That's probably enough to get me from town to the next town. And then sometimes, if I think it's going to be an extra sort of hard walk, I would fill half of a bottle, and it could be just any sort of plastic bottle of water that you get from a supermarket, and I will put hydrolytes or electrolytes in here. But it's usually a camel bag like this, and a small bottle just to help me hydrate along the way. That's my water system. Next, footwear. So I decided that this year I was going to hike in the Lone Peaks. So this is what they look like. They've got this kind of, sorry, it's a bit disgusting, Vibram kind of grip, and it's the Lone Peak 8, I believe, and it's from the company Ultra. If you follow my Francis Camino, I actually wore the Olympus 5, and I found that they were great with a huge chunky padding, but it looked a bit too high, and I think for a couple of times I just thought it was just a bit too high. And then for my town shoes, I wore these sandals. These are the Merrells, and they've got a bit of grip onto them as well. And I can also wear them to hike if I wanted to, which is not that often. And in fact, I hardly ever did. I think maybe once when it was raining, but I went straight back to my trail runners. So yeah, but these are good for shower shoes, that you're not standing on anything icky. In terms of socks, I bought 3 pairs because that's kind of the way I roll. You don't really need 3, probably just 2, but I prefer the toe socks. So this is the Ingini brand, okay? So a pair of these, they're a bit filthy, sorry. And then I also supported a Australian company, I think they're Australian, called the Creepers. Whew, I just obviously there is still some dust in these. Anyway, creepers. And then I also bought a pair of just, you know, normal socks I can wear on the plane. So 3 pairs of socks, and I wash them every day, just with the pair that I was wearing for that day. For my hat gear, I bought 2. You probably don't need to, but I kind of don't really like the brim hat, and I only pulled it out when it's really, really sunny, like along the coast, like the first couple of days. And these were great just to, you know, keep the sun out. They've got the wide brim. And then I've got my cap, which is mainly what I wore most of the time. For my sunglasses, I bought a sporty pair, kind of more of a wraparound, and they're really, really good for cutting out the sun. And then for, because I'm a bit more fashion conscious when I go into town, I might just bring something a little bit more fun, but you don't have to bring 2. I just bought 2 because I'm a, I don't know, fashion victim. In terms of carrying my valuables, I went everywhere with my bum bag, okay? And here, this one is from Decathlon, and it's got a couple of zips, but I also created a 3rd compartment with like a little zip bag here, which I've tied with a rubber band and hook it to the zip to create another compartment. And this is where I put the coins, but it's tied to the bag so it never falls. And in here is where I put my Compostela, and then behind here, the compartment at the back here is where I put my passport and my credit card and all my valuables. So this next section is pretty major. It's clothing. So this time round, I went with 2 t-shirts, and because, I don't know, I just wasn't really thinking and I was packing in a hurry, which is not advisable. I just bought a little moisture wicking shirt, like this. It's really, really thin, but I think in retrospect it was just a bit too thin, but it dried super quickly. And then I just got a little cotton t-shirt, something a little bit with a pop of color. Then I bought 2 long sleeve. One is my sun hoodie. You would have seen me wore this quite a bit, and it's got it's quite good, you know. It's got long sleeve, and I think I would always recommend from now on just maybe trekking in long sleeve. And then I bought a fleece as well, and that was super warm and very, very useful. For the pants, I bought a pair of shorts. Okay, this is my Kathmandu with pockets. Okay, and then a long pair which I wore on the plane. Would I bring these again? I'm not too sure. Then there's this buff. Very important. It's really good to keep your neck warm, your ears warm. It can use as a little bandana. It can help to tie things together. I've used it as a hairband as well, and a sweatband. Alongside with all my clothes, one thing that I wore every day was a little sundress. And this one is, you know, you don't have to worry about it wrinkly. It's got it's got pockets, which is my thing. I love pockets, and it's light, and it's just something nice for you to wear into town. So that's all the clothes. Actually, now next is the rain gear. So to keep away the famous Galician rain, I bought a raincoat, which is this one. It's a North Face raincoat, which is super helpful. Then I got a poncho as well, and I put a picture here so you see what it looks like. And this poncho was great because if it rains really heavily, this comes out and it covers my backpack as well. But, you know, because I was really, really conscious about not getting anything wet, I actually also brought with me a backpack cover, which probably I didn't need if I had the poncho. And I also put everything into these dry bags. These are the Caesar Summit. So all my technical, my phone, my phone's always in my bum bag. But anything that I've got electronics, it goes here, my passport sometimes. And then this is where I put all my clothes. But these are super, super helpful for keeping your clothes dry. In terms of undergarment, I bought 2 sports bras and 3 pairs of underpants. I don't need to show you those. For the towels, just, you know, one of these super small squishy towels. So you don't have to be too worried about packing it light. This is good enough just to, you know, dry yourself after the shower and then hang up on the line to dry. The next major category is, of course, toiletries. So I'm just going to show you what I bought. But so these are, first of all, hydrolytes, okay, for your water. I bought a little laundry detergent. You can do powder, but this is to wash your socks and your smalls every day. Then I got a bar of soap, which I cut in half. I got like a tea tree one from the chemist and cut it in half. And this is what they call the soap bag. It's a Metro soap bag. And basically you can put your little bar of soap in here. Still the one that I use. And you can just roll it up, and it just dries really, really well. And so it won't be slimy, which it would be if you put it into a Ziploc bag. I also then bought with me a comb, and I bought also a toothbrush, a full-size one with a little protective cover, toothpaste, deodorant, of course sunscreen is really important. I also bought a little face moisturizer. I think it's important just to not have it the same thing as the sunscreen. And also a lip balm as well, which is SPF 15. I also then this time bought a little shampoo a conditioner, because whilst I can wash my hair and body and face with my bar soap, I wanted something for my hair so that it looks halfway decent. Not really, but anyways. For town, I decanted little lipstick. So there's 2 shades of lipstick here. I didn't really use it. Little eyeliner and a little bit of cover, but that's just me, okay? You don't have to do that. So at night time, my sleep sack also included my earbuds in case there is some snoring, and that's pretty much it. On the Camino, foot care is really important, so I always advise to bring either Vaseline that you could rub into your feet before you put on your socks every day before you go on a walk, or I use Knock. This is not sponsored. This is just what I preferred. It's anti-blister cream, and you can only get this in Europe. So I think next time I go, every time I go on a Camino, I just buy one, and it looks heavy, but you know what? Foot care is so important. I also carry with me some lamb's wool, which is super good when I need to give some extra padding if I get a hot spot on my feet. And then I also bought a little pair of scissors, some band-aids, and some tape, small ones and big ones, which and then a needle and thread as well, just in case I need to tend to my blisters, but I didn't get any, so but it was helpful just to have it, just a small pack of it in case you can help other pilgrims. So that's the foot care. In terms of medication, I had a little pouch here where I put some Panadol, ibuprofen, some hay fever tablets, Imodium, allergy tablets, anything at all that you might need. I also put a couple of cough drops as well, because you never know. So yeah, these are all important little things that you carry just in case you get sick along the way, and it will hold you over until you get to a chemist. I also bought a couple of pegs to help me hang out my laundry every day. Some days I don't do them. For my wild wee, sometimes when you go on 20 kilometers hike, sometimes even more with no service, you don't have a toilet. I just bought with me some tissue and some wet wipes, and I would also bring some doggy bags, which I don't have here, but if I need to use any toilet paper, I would go and do what I need to do, and then I would put the tissues into the bag, and I take it to the albergue and I throw them away. Just leave no trail, basically. A couple more other things. I bring earphones because sometimes you want to make calls home or whatever. This is really, really helpful. And then I also, of course, blind as a bat, so I bring my reading glasses as well in a case. As for my sleep system, I use a summer sleeping bag. Some people just bring a little, sleeping bag liner. Not all albergues have got blankets, but if you're walking in summer, that's not an issue. But if you're walking in, say, autumn or fall, as you call it, and winter, you definitely want something more substantial. So this one here is from North Face, and it's a summer sleeping bag, and it was just nice just to have a little bit more than just the liner. I think that's it, guys. That's it. That's my pack. Buen Camino. I just think that, you know, pack light. The whole thing for me was about 5 kilos, and with water it was about 6, so 6 to 7 with some food, and I keep it really, really light, and that's the best way to pack when you're going on the Camino. If you've got any questions at all, just pop it down. I may not have covered everything, so I may have forgotten some stuff. Just ask me the questions. I'd love to answer them. I think I was helped a lot by the community, by a lot of YouTubers, so I would like to pay it forward. So any questions at all, put it down in the comment section. If this video has been helpful, forward it, share it, like it, and subscribe. That's really important. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you're having a really good day, and if you're planning, tell me in the comment section when you're going, where you're going, yeah, again, any questions, I'd love to help. All right, wishing you a buen camino, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.